What's up, everyone? Welcome back. I think I'm actually not muted this time. I'm fairly positive I have the mic working correctly. It's not muted here. It's not muted on Streamlabs. I think you can actually hear me for once at the start of a stream. Yay, the mic is working. Thank you, Eden. We're gonna hop back into Fallen Order. Maybe finish it today. I don't know. We're getting close. It all depends on how long it takes me to beat Malicos. Last time it took 2 hours, but that was on Grandmaster. We're on Jedi Knight, so we should still keep a tally to see how long it takes. But how's everyone doing? Andrew, Scotty, Eden, David, Movie Mix, Andy, Char, Brad, Darth Nicholas, Nick from Podcast of the Wills. Hey everyone! All right, I did do one little thing in between last week and this week. No, and it was to go ahead and grind out a few more skill points before I faced Malicos. So now I can just go straight to him and we'll see what happens. The editor for Del Rey today put a tweet out about how great Merrin is in Battle Scars, and he is correct. If people are looking for more Merrin content, Battle Scars is the place to find it. Oh, now you can't hear the game? Oh, there you go. Dang it. Dang it. I thought I had it all right.
An armored warrior brandishing this.
My phone's blowing up, which is probably Molly. Yep.
Cut down my people. My sisters. Until I was left alone.
I just figured everyone wanted to hear me talk over the game. They didn't need to hear the game at all, right? You're just here to listen to me and my slightly congested voice prattle on.
I know what it's like to lose everything. And Malicos was wrong to use that against you. We don't have to be enemies.
My allergies have been messing with me today. So apologies if my voice sounds a little nasally.
There she goes again.
I'll be watching.
Let's get out of here.
She's the best.
Malicos lies ahead. You could turn back.
I can't. Lives are at stake.
Whose lives?
Innocents. Force-sensitive children who will be hunted down and murdered.
As we were.
My friend, I have never been one to shy away from the pursuit of knowledge.
All right. Hardest boss fight in the game. Let's do it.
Kestis,
Malicos.
welcome home. You to begin your training. What in these ruins tempts you so much to risk death?
I could ask you the same thing.
There is power there. Beyond Jedi understanding. Power I control. I would offer you the same thing.
Don't you understand? I'm not interested in power. I want to restore the Order.
Restore the Jedi Order. Oh, you poor fool. It's over! Jedi fell.
That has some kind of like Saw Gerrera jazz hands energy to it.
Stifled by tradition.
It's over.
Deafened by our past glories. Blinded by endless war.
Maybe. But it's never over, Malicos. We stand here now.
It's really interesting how we have this game
Rebuild from our
and
mistakes.
Malicos, a fallen Jedi enemy, and I
There's no future for
assume
them.
there's
Can
the
you not see
speculation that Survivor, whoever that person in the tank was, could be a High Republic Jedi, but
You and me.
It's interesting that two of the
something different.
big villains of both games are Jedi.
No.
Kinwood, thank you for the super chat.
Your grave.
Ah, the least suspicious-looking man in the galaxy. All right.
Only cowards run. I've survived worse.
All right.
Come on! You are not powerful enough.
Whoop. This is already...
Come on!
All right. Oh, okay, I spoke too soon.
Strike me down!
I'm trying.
Try that again. Come on!
Okay, I forgot about this.
Good for nothing, Jedi.
They are so much more forgiving on the Jedi Knight mode. Oh!
See, Padawan, I have spoken.
With the deflecting.
I was wrong to think you could stand with me. Die well.
Something I am super psyched for in Survivor is the idea that we're gonna have companions fighting with us, and I really hope Merrin's one of them.
Get up, Cal Kestis. You're not dead yet.
Oh, okay.
Malicos.
You will not beat me.
Oh god. I like his face. Oh, that's sick.
You lack finesse.
BD, I need help.
Alright, this is my least favorite thing. Which someone didn't tell me until much later that you could force throw them back at him, and I felt so dumb.
Cannot stop me. No one can.
Oh! Oh wow, he blocked that in the middle of being frozen? I don't like that.
I survived worse.
Man. I surprised even myself.
It's like you said, Malicos. Dothamir will be your grave. Let him lie in the dark with his secrets.
God, I love her voice, the sound design of that,
Why'd you help
hearing
me?
something darker behind
Rid
it.
Dothamir of that parasite. What are you really doing here, Cal Kestis?
The ones who built this tomb.
Scotty, I did kind of rock that,
They
but
created an object called the Astral.
that's what happens when you
No
fight
one's
him for
involved
2
in a
hours
distant
on
planet.
Grandmaster.
Inside is a list of
I was
forces
still
hidden
expecting
across
like,
the
it'll
galaxy.
probably take me a couple
The
tries.
Empire is looking for it too.
What empire?
The Empire. The one bent on exterminating Force sensitives so no one can stand against it?
Then it will come for Dothamir before long, as the war did. I will help you find this Astrium.
Laser bolt videos, well done. That doesn't sound too hard. I wasn't meaning to do a Han Solo quote, but the second I said it, I was like, yep, Sometimes Star Wars quotes just fall out of my head. Not even on purpose. Oh, oh, BD's got to scan something. Okay. Darth Nicholas, thank you so much for the super chat. Is it just me, or is Terran Malicos almost like a geriatric Maris brood? I mean, they're pretty similar. Except Maris brood came around in the end. But yeah, the Jedi that lost their way in the dark times.
It is real.
Merrin, this could be the key to the next generation of Jedi.
I'm happy for you. And your Jedi. But nothing can bring back my people.
I'm so glad that in that like little bit of
I was around for a long time.
gameplay they showed last week or 2 weeks ago or so, it did show that Grease is like part of the game. It's one of Cal's objectives to find Grease. So
What I was.
I'm like, okay, people have been worried about Grease and Merrin being in Survivor, and I was sure they would be, but still, it's nice to have a little bit of confirmation.
Find my place in the galaxy.
And I'm hoping that they're keeping Merrin from us because
Oh, no.
she'll continue to be awesome.
Life has this funny way of forcing
But
you the path forward anyway.
if she can be one of the battle companions, like that guy from the trailer, I forget his name, but the guy we see Cal fighting with, like, it would have been cool if we could play as Merrin in the game, but I'll take her fighting alongside us just like she does a couple times in the Malicos fight.
You will?
I've spent years waiting for a chance to avenge my sisters. I'm finished waiting. I wish to fight by your side. Night Sisters and Jedi do not travel together, but survivors. We adapt.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we do. What do you think, BD? I agree. My crew, they might take a little bit of convincing, though.
Then we'll convince them.
I just wish this happened earlier in the game. Because I see Cal and Trilla and Merrin as like the three main characters of the game, and the people that had to go through loss and trauma and how they each dealt with it.
There's no way forward.
Samuel Rogers, I did see that that there was some gameplay released where you could see Cal dismember a scout trooper. So yeah, there will be dismemberment, it looks like.
You were testing.
Ah!
And you passed. Congratulations.
Are you gonna help me with this?
I'm sure you can handle it.
Oh my god, that thing almost landed on my head. Okay, now run, run! Ah.
Hit me!
Yeah, if you're like me and you got pumped up by that scene that we just watched, then you're gonna love Battle Scars. I don't know that I've ever seen that animation. I think I always just like panicked and hack and slashed at them.
Something terrible happened here. A massacre. They killed their own kind for promises of power.
Eden, yeah. I'm never, like, clear on what can and can't be said about the books when we get them early, but the editor of
Wait, how
Battle
do you know about
Scars
her?
was tweeting about it today and talking about Merrin in the book, and so yeah, it's, I mean, she's on the cover too, so it's kind of a given. But my spoiler-free review is going to be out on Friday, Thursday or Friday. Technically the embargo is up tomorrow, but we're going to be talking about the Bad Batch all day, so I didn't want to have that overshadow Battle Scars, but the embargo lifts tomorrow, so I can more fully talk about it. Excalibur, thanks so much for the super chat. Any chance the one who stole the Bad Batch's ship is Jabo Hood from Mystery of 1,000 Moons for a surprise cameo? That would be wild. That's a character from the Clone Wars that, like, I even kind of forgot about him until you brought him up right now. Just, but you know, they brought Chuchi back. I will say that Molly and I got the screener. We have seen the screener for tomorrow's episode, so I'm not gonna even comment on anyone's guesses. I'll just leave it all open. But that certainly is a fun guess. Molly and I have been playing Unraveled 2 on the Switch. We've been playing that together, and it's a game where you're, like, made of string, but there's a lot of swinging parts, and Molly is getting very good at it, but was complaining because of the first time we had to swing, and she was like, when I played Fallen Order, that was the hardest part, was all the swinging. But I think she could handle it just fine now. All right, let's introduce Merrin to the crew.
You found it.
Oh, well, who's this? What's that supposed to mean?
It means I'll be joining you.
Seer, Grease, this is Merrin.
She's a witch, isn't she?
A Night Sister. Your fear is unnecessary.
I couldn't have gotten the Astrium without her. We fought Malicos together. I trust her.
And we trust you. You will have to earn it.
Fine. Grab some seed. Don't try anything funny.
Welcome aboard.
They like you.
Darth Nicholas, thank you so much for a very generous super chat. I'm relieved that was indeed confirmed to be a Jedi in the Survivor trailer. I wonder if the name of the species was a nod to Genndy Tartakovsky, especially since Dirge appears in his 2D Clone Wars. Love nods like this. I have no idea where they came up with the name for... Is it Jedi or Gendai? I can't remember. I know they say it in SWOTOR. I don't know where the name came from, but I totally agree that I'm glad they confirmed that it is that species, because it's just perfect for a boss fight. Like, there are certain Star Wars creatures and species that are like, yeah, that just makes sense.
Even when I was with him. He cared about his
And like an impossible to kill enemy is something I am terrified to face, but I also look forward to it. I think it's going to be, you're going to have to find some really creative way to beat him, or maybe he joins you in the end. I mean,
All right, kids, sit down. We're here.
they talked about how that dude kind of views himself as, he's a villain, but you know, Merrin kind of was at the start here.
You can make it work.
So he sees himself as kind of like
Hey, is
a
anybody
knight
hungry?
of a sorts, not a Jedi Knight, but he's kind of noble in his own mind, and he's been alive for like
No.
1,000 years. So I'm really interested to see what they do with that character.
Oh, well,
It's true, Grease.
thank you. Hey, I hope you get in there and you find that hollow thing.
Holocron.
Are you sure it's something you should find?
What do you mean?
The children on that list. If you take them from their homes to train as Jedi, won't they be hunted like you?
It has to be kept out of the hands of the Empire.
It'll help us put an end to the Empire.
Oh, hey, change of plans, we're arriving.
Oh, Grease.
Yeah?
I take my steak rare.
Huh?
And
Okay,
super salty.
Now we're cooking.
But yeah, all of the villains that they've released so far for Survivor have looked really, really interesting, very different. The Gendai is probably, I think they gave him a name, and now I can't remember what it was, but they did tell us his name. I'm easily the most excited to face him.
There's something weird about this place. The energy is different here.
Yeah, it's different than Dathomir.
Yes. Dathomir is intricate. Its ancient power emanates from the shadows. Bogano feels more simplistic, and yet I can't figure it out.
Vagano is special. There's a reason the Zepho built their vault here.
Where your holocron waits.
It's interesting that
hidden.
What are you getting at?
This planet has
Dark
remained
Disciple,
nearly untouched for centuries.
the Night Sister, the Witches of Dathomir episode of the Clone Wars, anytime we went and saw the Night Sisters,
The Jedi we train will help build a
they did
galaxy
kind of
that
talk
respects
about how
and preserves special
Dathomir
places
was
like
the
this.
source of Night Sister
And that was
magic,
their
so it's
choice or
interesting
yours?
to
We need
see
each
a
other to
Night
survive.
Sister
Without the Jedi,
having to leave for the first time
we have a
and access
responsibility
the
to
Force
protect
without it.
So
Asajj Ventress was good at it because she was trained by a Jedi,
I'm not on Dathomir anymore.
and then the Sith,
No,
but
you're not.
she wasn't really using the Night Sister magic so much, she was just using the Force.
It is so vast. I see now my life on Dathomir was limited.
I felt the same way about leaving Braca. The world can feel
Coleslaw,
small
thank you
trapped
for the
by
next super
past.
chat. Sorry, off topic. I have a graduate seminar on Wednesday, but my new headcanon is that the Rebels call sign on Aldhani and the base on Hoth were named in honor of Echo from the Bad Batch. Could have been said elsewhere already, though. I've definitely heard that before, and I mean, I think that's a better explanation than the one they gave in. Can I do this? And that's how Cal died. I should be able to do that. Come on. Oh, God. I glitch it in. The explanation provided on like a reference book was just something about how it was echoey in the caves, so they named it Echo Base, which I think is rather silly, but but oh well. So yeah, using Echo as like or using that as a way to honor him, I think that makes a lot more sense. Man, that frog just doesn't give a hoot. Just sat there. Oh, okay. But it'll be interesting to see, like, if Echo gets to stay with the entire rebellion. I mean, it's definitely interesting that he's not around with Rex and Wolf and Gregor. Get it! Kinwood, thank you for another super chat. I hope the Gendai is like the Ninth Sister and we have to keep chopping pieces off, but he keeps showing up again. The Ninth Sister is another enemy that I hope pops back up, but she might,
Careful, buddy.
I don't
Still
know,
how this thing works.
not get in the way of, but be repetitive. Like we would have these two just giant villains. I don't know. I'd like to see the Ninth Sister again since we don't have any closure on her story. But I do agree that I think the Gendai would be a great villain to keep popping up. Basically the second sister in this game. Because you only fight the Ninth Sister once, but the second sister you fight 4 times?
Amazing.
4 or 5?
Itself is built like a giant holocron. They're linked. Something about that wall. We're close. Let's check it out.
But every time you face the second sister, it's like, okay, you just have to fight until you can survive. I think that makes sense for the Gendai as well. This is so cool.
Despite our wisdom and technological achievement, we face extinction. Dogma blinded us to the path of balance, and gradually we allowed our pride to corrupt us. The greater control we sought, the further we fell into ruin.
Michelle Cobb, great question. The first time you played, was I surprised to see Darth Vader, or did I assume he would at least cameo because of the Fortress Inquisitorius being a location? I was surprised. I thought that it was a possibility. Like,
I shall teach them the ways of the Force.
the first time that we see that we're going to like an ocean planet, but you can kind of see on the map that it looks like it's near a lava planet, and then you see the lava planet in the distance from like on the horizon. So I was definitely like, are we next to Mustafar? But then going through the whole final act of the game, I kind of just forgot about it until you hear the breath. And then I was like, oh no. So I thought that they did an amazing job of showing us enough information to make us go, is Vader going to be in this? But then you spend enough time that you forget about it. I really wonder how much the Empire is going to be in Survivor. I mean, we've seen Imperial enemies, and I'm sure they will be around, but I don't know if the Inquisitors are going to show up, or if we're going to be a lot more worried about they're called like the Reclam Knights or something. Whatever this new faction is, they seem like they might be the larger threat.
Target sighted. Help me, Master Kestis! Moving in.
But I don't really think Darth Vader is going to be in the second game. Like, that doesn't seem like something they could do over and over every game. I am going to miss Trilla, though.
Surrender now, and we may spare the youngest. That's right. On your knees.
Trilla was a great villain.
I'm scared. What's gonna happen?
Man, I forgot. Like, I remember this part, but I forgot how just grim it was. This is the part that, like, everyone remembers. I love that it's dark for a while until... That's great. Such a cool transition. Ice, thanks for the super chat. Couldn't Merrin technically become the leader of the Knight brothers now that she and Cal defeated Malicos? As a Knight sister, she holds the highest rank. I think so, if she wanted to. But she seems a lot more, like she said, interested in avenging her sisters. And I don't think she can really do much of that while she is still on Dathomir.
Oh? How uncharacteristically prescient of you. Here I thought your greatest virtue was your dogged persistence as you stumbled from one debacle to the next.
Guess you made a mistake not killing me on Baraka then.
A scant mercy. I wagered one meaningless Padawan against a prize that will win me the Emperor's favor.
You think I'm gonna let you walk away with the Holocron?
Of course not. We both have our pride. But yours has cost you the lives of all the Force-sensitive children on that list, as well as your own.
Like you said, Trilla, I'm persistent.
Still love her theme.
Has Sam not trained you? Still running?
Whoa.
Now, BD.
That was nothing.
This is another part that I just went, oh no! Like, they kind of let you get used to Cal's psychometry.
Careful with that thing. It's been through hell.
The second he touches the lightsaber, it's so good. It's such a cool moment.
Don't go. We need to stick together.
No. I'm going to lure them away, and then I'm going to circle back. Stay with the younglings, Trilla. May the Force be with you.
Master, don't leave us!
Trilla, what's going to happen?
It's okay. It's okay.
Darth Nicholas, thank you for the next super chat. Without giving any spoilers, did you enjoy tomorrow's Bad Batch episode? If you don't want to give your opinion, I completely understand. I'll just say that if you saw where episode 9 ended, and you could kind of assume what the next episode will be about, so it is a continuation of that story. But I'll save my full thoughts for tomorrow. My thoughts are similar to my thoughts from last week, though, because you know it's part 2 of the same story. Scotty Heron, thank you for the next super chat. This is a good question. Who wins in a fight, Ogdo Bogdo or the Rabid Jotaz? You know, I don't think I've beaten the Rabid Jotaz. That thing gave... Wait. Oh, I think I did, but I really cheesed it. I hid in one of the little rooms off to the side. And as it got near, then I would, like, whack it, but it couldn't hit me. I did not beat it in a fair fight. So I might go with the Rabbit Joe Taz. All right. I love all the stormtroopers getting attacked by the the frogs. Frog, I have no quarrel with you. No. Did they get the frog? Oh, it's still just chasing me. Oh! Okay. Thought I'd killed it. Had literally no health left.
It's all over now.
Kinwood, thank you for the next super chat. Vader didn't actually sense Trilla drifting towards the light. He just heard the Inquisitors making a racket next door and went to ask them to turn down their young hit music. I like how Vader's... What is he right now? 27? Yeah, that sounds about right. Kids these days and their music. I do like that the Inquisitors are kept nearby. I think that's a nice touch. The Art of Fallen Order, that book has some cool fun facts in it. Like they originally considered the Inquisitors to have like a moving base. I think that would have been interesting, but I like that they're in the Mustafar system more. And of course I love that they brought the fortress into the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. That was excellent.
Seer, I saw what happened between you and Trilla, what you both went through. I'm so sorry. I was arrogant, I was foolish.
Gio, thanks for the next super chat. Star Wars is on at your gym. Are you working out, watching Star Wars, and watching this at the same time? That's a level of multitasking I don't think I could handle.
I'm responsible for the path that Trilla is on.
Ice, thank you for another super chat. It would be funny if Vader showed up just to be like, just to say to Cal, and another thing, you little brat. At most, I think we'll see a hologram in Survivor. Yeah, I don't know that they can keep bringing Vader in, specifically because I like the way they handle him in this game, where it's like, do not fight him. You cannot fight him. Run. And that's literally what it says on the combat
I know where she's taken.
information. It's just like, you can't win. Run away. Just run.
Where they take Jedi, where the Inquisitors come from, it's a place of torture. It's the place I escaped.
This also works very well with Star Wars Rebels, because Kanan gets captured in Season 1, and Hera says they took him to the place where Jedi go to die. And you're obviously in the Mustafar system, but it works because it could also be Nur and the Fortress Inquisitorius.
I'll have a Jedi.
I'm sure Vader had the same kind of facilities set up in his castle, but it could go either way.
Kneel.
If I were Cal, I think I would be
By
like,
the right of the council,
here, use my
by the
lightsaber.
will of the Force, Cal
You
Kestis,
use one that hasn't been bled, maybe.
rise, Jedi Knight. You are ready.
So are you.
Good moment. All right.
You're making good progress.
What time is it? Yeah, we got time. I think we have time to see, like, that little thing. I was just like, that's interesting. Why are we seeing that? Oh, well, let's go to this water planet.
Well, Grease, what did you cook? It smells awful.
Nothing. Look, I'm telling you, I think there's something going on with the Manus. Maybe the kid dragged something in.
You sure?
Yeah,
it's
let's
not
see.
your food?
Where's the
Listen, I know what my food smells like. and it
where's the
ain't
bogling?
good. I've also been finding hair all over the place, small and wiry.
Like yours?
No, not like mine, smaller. I'm telling you, it's a clue. There's a stowaway on this ship, and I am gonna prove it.
Yeah, you've mentioned that before. Any luck?
Kinwood, thank you for another super chat. Imagine going to the Stormtrooper Corps, going through tons of training, and get attached to the prestigious Inquisitor's detail, and while facing down your first Jedi, you get killed by a big frog.
All right, kids, sit down. We're here.
That sounds about right, honestly. But yet that, like,
This isn't good.
the running joke of Imperials that just wander onto planets and have no idea what they're getting themselves into.
A ritual.
They never
Behind
bother.
the ship, I hope.
A ritual.
They never bother to learn.
Stuff.
And they're like, wait, there are giant frogs here?
Now, hold on. Now, what is this gonna require?
A sacrifice. One of your arms will do nicely.
Wait, what?
Don't be so serious. Join me up front.
Even if we just got to do, like, one more mission. Cool shot. If we got to do one more mission
Sisters. Mother.
to see Merrin bonding more with the crew, that would have been nice.
Sisters. Mother. Lend me your strength.
Count Dooku, thank you so much for the next super chat. Ahsoka game voiced by Ashley or Jedi Survivor? Are you asking what I would prefer?
Whatever she's doing, it's working.
I mean, honestly, I would prefer Survivor.
My money's on you, kid.
But I think the Star Wars Jedi engine, I don't know if that's the right thing to say, but the combat system, the groundwork that's set up by Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and that looks like it's going to be improved in Survivor, it would be so cool if they
I feel the pull.
used different
As if every child on that list are
Jedi. If they, like, maybe finish Cal's story, but they also do a Star Wars Jedi Ahsoka game, that would be sick.
It's time.
Geo, thanks for another super chat. Do you think Seer healed the saber and had white? That would be cool. Like, I do understand her using Trilla's lightsaber to knight Cal. I think that would have been... I think that'd be cool if she did that. But then again, it's also like Trilla said, the lightsaber's been through hell. There's a lot of history with that thing, so maybe Trilla doesn't want to use it. But it's kind of like I keep going back and forth. It's like every Sith lightsaber has some bad stuff surrounding it. But that's why they heal it. I'm already lost. Oh. Wait. I am... How'd I already get lost? There's my little capsule. Oh, there we go. Silly Cal. We're gonna go sneak into the Fortress Inquisitorius before Obi-Wan Kenobi made it cool. Bakey, thank you for the next super chat. Will something happen to Cal to make... Something happen to make Cal a master? Maybe. I mean... One of the things that a Jedi is supposed to do is they're supposed to train another Jedi. I don't know that Cal's going to be able to do that, but if he did some training along with Merrin or something. Also, at a certain point, when you're in a situation like this, it's like, if there are no other Jedi to train, then how would you become a master otherwise?
Can you slice this open?
Ah!
You will present that.
Get him, BD. I'm like, I don't necessarily think Cal needs to become a master in the game. I wouldn't mind it, of course. I'm just gonna watch this happen. Alright, you got him. He's just my robot friend. Oh, oh. I kind of want this to happen. Come on. No, get the Purge Trooper. This guy's my new best friend. Sorry, BD1. Michelle Cobb, thank you for the next super chat. I was about to ask about knighting with a red... Ask about knighting with a red saber. Did you have to look up anything to get 100%? I had to look up 4... but I'm a story mode gamer. I don't think so. Okay, these crafty... What gave me the most trouble is the fact that
I need something, buddy.
I did find like one of the seeds. Okay, this guy. One of Grease's seeds I didn't find until after the game, and then I was having trouble getting it to actually show up in the terrarium. So that was annoying. Okay.
This place is where the Empire created the Inquisitors. Tortured Seer. Turned Trilla to the dark side.
That's just fun.
Down BD1.
Oh, that guy was waiting the whole time. Because I'm pretty sure the map tells you, like, yeah, 40% explored or whatever.
Unauthorized entity detected. Investigating.
So I was basically just able to go around and explore. Because that's... Not every game I like exploring in, but I did in this one. I really enjoyed just looking around the environments.
The Empire sealed me in. Any ideas?
Cal, look for a control room. I've got a plan.
I think I'm standing in one. This needs power. Impressive view.
Oh, over here. But I don't think I found a single seed in my playthrough this time, so Grease's terrarium is looking pretty sad.
Whoa, see that, BD? Well, that did something. Let's check it out.
I've disabled the shields on the outer sections of the fortress. Flood the base and swim to the central key.
Darth Nicholas, thank you for another super chat. Which goofy Star Wars sidekick would you want to hang out with most? Grease, Marn Hieroglyph, or Vilmar Grark? Well, I have to go with Grease because I am not immediately familiar with
that section looks pretty weak.
Two of those.
Ready for a swim, BD?
You're gonna have to remind me who Marn Hieroglyph and Vilmar Grark are. Oh, lost again. All this swimming. I forgot I have to swim out there. Vilmar Grark is in the Quinlan Voss comics from Legends. Marn is a Snivian. That makes sense. I mean, a Snivian would make a good goofy sidekick. But yeah, I like Grease a lot. And Villy is a Deveronian. See, that's interesting. Doesn't feel as much like a goofy style sidekick. You don't think of Deveronians as being goofy. Maybe the one from Star Wars Rebels. Vizago. He's not goofy so much, but he's closer. Kinwood, thank you for another super chat. My only complaint for the Kenobi Inquisitors is we didn't get goofy helicopter mode in live action. Yeah, we didn't get that. I think it's funny that people kind of thought they were gonna go that far, including me. Okay, got. These guys shooting at me. Not fair.
I need some help.
But yeah, like, I'm someone who fully... What did you want to do here? Okay, I'm someone who fully agrees that the helicopter lightsabers are goofy as hell. But they happened, so...
It's like the dojo at the Jedi Temple.
Let's just do it. Like, embrace it.
Corrupted.
Do something silly. So I kind of wish that we had it in Kenobi or in Fallen Order. Either one would have been fine with me. Okay. One more. Okay. Ah, I hate that move so much. The windmill.
Stim.
I like that the dojo changes around. Alright. Can this work? Nope! Oh, can't push those. Oh, I hate the flame troopers. Stop it! God!
He's looking pretty hurt. Attack him quickly.
I don't. Okay, good. He just throw him over the side? Well done. Sure, BD, scan. Why are these droids here?
You killed them all.
Oop, sorry. Sorry, droid. Nope, nope, nope. Oh! Oh my god. I didn't think that was going to work so effectively. My friend! Who's next? Oh god. Oh god, I didn't see that. That might be helpful though. I'm just gonna see if I can run all the rockets into the purge troopers. Oh! Alright, this is like the most trouble I've had in this game so far. Ah! Okay. Whew! Oh, now this pops up, thank goodness. Alright. Had to focus up for a while there. Got more skill points, but I want one more skill point to hopefully upgrade something. Actually, wait. I should check and make sure, because I want that lightsaber throw. I think it's 3 skill points, though. Yeah. So we'll wait. Darth Nicholas, thank you for the next super chat. Speaking of spoilers and Count Dooku, did the release of the Revenge of the Sith video game and LEGO Star Wars, the prequel version before Revenge of the Sith, itself bother or annoy you in any way if you played any of those games before the movies came out? No, because I actually wound up... I knew quite a bit from Revenge of the Sith because I read the novelization. All right. But yeah, that was back in the day when, like, the novelizations would come out and just spoil everything. But that was also before I feel like spoilers became a huge problem. I don't know, like, there was a time where I just didn't care as much about spoilers. Now I do.
That's the last of them.
Cal, I'm near your position, but sealed behind a blast door. Look for a console nearby.
But back then, I didn't really care. I just read the novelization and was happy to do so. Such a cool moment.
How you holding up?
But also, like, it's supposed to be like, oh god.
It feels good to tear this place apart. This prison is where they kept us. I only wish there was someone left to save.
Sorry we had to come back here.
So am I. We didn't really have a choice, did we?
I understand. Let's keep
Scotty
moving.
Heron, thank you for the next super chat.
Let's get this over with.
Quinlan mentions in chat. The Quinlan mentions in chat make me dare to dream. Surprise Quinlan Voss appearance in Survivor. Would it work? Not expecting it, but I can dream. I kind of think that there will be another Jedi character. I mean, there certainly might be the one that could be from the High Republic. We don't know who he is yet, but that one doesn't count. I think we're both talking more like Order 66 survivors.
Looks like a turbo lift.
Quinlan
might be your ticket out of here.
Is someone that keeps getting mentioned in Star Wars in various ways, and that, like, he's alive. He survived Order 66, so where is he? What's going on? I'm not gonna expect him to pop up in Survivor, but
Getting close.
I think he's around there.
Thanks for being my friend.
Aw. Like, he's mentioned in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which takes place around this same time.
Even for the Empire.
So there's always the possibility. What do I do here? Oh. Press a button, duh. Kinwood, thank you for the next super chat. Are the stim canisters Bacta, or is Cal just injecting straight Adderall? I think that it's probably a mixture of Bacta and PCP. Just to... Isn't that what... Molly will have to remind me. I think that's what they always say the vampires are on PCP in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's like... They're just crazy and they can't feel pain and they keep on fighting. Well, I went through this a lot faster than I thought I was going to. Let's do it, Trilla. I will not. Ugh, the way she zips around is so cool! / terrifying. That's a new move that I need to remember. Ooh. Oh no! I thought I dodged that.
You'll pay dearly for that.
Oh no! Oh no! That just drained. I don't even remember that move.
I need help, bud. Help!
Stop throwing that stuff at me!
As I have.
Trilla, I saw what you've been through. You've experienced great suffering. It's not too late to let it go.
Let go. I'm stronger now because of the pain. I knew you'd come back for this. No, thank you. You'll never make it out of this place alive! Stop moving.
Oh, that was dirty. Oh, she really stepped it up.
You'll pay dearly for that.
Whoa.
A little help, bud.
Oh, woo! That was scary. I thought she was gonna stab me in the face.
Cal!
I have the Holocron.
I need to do this. It's over, Trilla.
Where were we? There we go. Darth Nicholas, thank you for another super chat here. Is it just me, or did the design of the Fortress Inquisitorius and Kenobi look very off? I'm usually not nitpicky about that stuff, but it just looked like a pale imitation compared to the Fortress Inquisitorius and Fallen Order. I do think it looked different, and I also prefer... I think it looks taller and a little more sinister in Fallen Order. I'm sure there are reasons that they changed it a little bit in the show. I'm with you, like, it's not really something that I'm gonna nitpick. In my head canon, or in my head, when I see the Fortress Inquisitorius, it's from the game, not from Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I've carried so much hate for you.
I prefer the game's version, but I'm still, like, over the moon that it was in the series. I thought that was awesome. Just got chills.
That doesn't look good.
I was kind of hoping that maybe Trilla would join forces with you just like Merrin did. I was disappointed in how her story ended here, but it was also, like, supposed to be terrifying.
Avengers! Run!
And then to have this happen, like...
No!
You would be wise to surrender.
Probably.
Yeah. Probably.
You cannot escape.
This whole part, like, I'm just remembering playing this at, like...
You gotta run!
It was probably like 2 in the morning as I was trying to beat this for the first time.
Look out!
And just getting here and jaw on the floor.
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
And this, like, he's being the classic horror movie villain where it's like, I have been sprinting. How did you catch up to me? But he's still there. Well, we have a moment of peace here. Ken Wood, thank you for the next super chat. I hope Vader berated Trilla when she needed a replacement Inquisitor lightsaber. This weapon is your life, second sister.
I think we lost him. I'll make it.
I'm gonna do something here that I
won't fail you.
don't think I've done before.
Kid, you read me?
I want to listen to what Grease has to
They
say.
will. I am certain.
Because I feel like I always just run all the way to the
Heading
end.
towards the surface. Be ready. I have the holocron, but see her. She didn't make it, Grease.
Here? Just get out of there, Cal.
Keep moving, Kyle. I'm sorry.
I think I usually get interrupted right about when Cal says that Seer didn't make it. And then this happened. And I thought, oh, I thought they were about to kill BD1.
Surrender the holocron.
I'll never give it to you.
We shall see.
I don't know how she survived all that, but good for her.
Such hatred. You would have made an excellent Inquisitor.
She's stronger than that. No! No!
Yes. Strong with the dark side.
I wonder if Seer kind of separating herself from the rest of the group, or whatever she seems to be doing in Survivor at that archive she's building. I wonder if it's because of this. Ah, that's awesome. Look at us. Cal Kestis doing everything Obi-Wan did before he made it cool. Michelle Cobb, thank you for the next super chat. Do you think Survivor will be significantly more difficult with mechanics, bosses, etc. than Fallen Order, or comparable? Again, story mode wimp here. Michelle, yeah, there's nothing wrong with playing a game on story mode. There's nothing wrong at all with that.
Hey.
I just did it playing through The Last of Us again because I wanted to play the game before the show. And it was taking me too long, so I just turned it on story mode.
See,
I assume it's going to be comparable difficulty. I think if you beat Fallen Order, you're going to do just fine playing Survivor.
you did it.
It does seem like there are additional gadgets that you're going to have to learn about. And there's different stances where we're going to get like the dual saber and the crossguard saber. But again, if you're familiar with Fallen Order, then I think you'll be able to kind of ease into that.
That was you in the water, wasn't it?
I'm glad you're okay. This one wouldn't leave your side.
Francisco Gios, thank you for the next super chat. Very generous, thank you. Think of this as 2,000 calamari flan. It's appreciation for you and Molly for making those Star Wars videos here on YouTube. Thank you for the content you guys make. Thank you so much, Francisco. I will spend this. Oh, I was about to say I'll spend this flan on sushi,
Well,
but that's maybe inconsiderate to do that with Mon Calamari currency. But we are going to get sushi in a couple days, so.
Well, if it's all the same to you, I was thinking that maybe I would stick around here and take you wherever you gotta go.
Count Dooku, thank you for another super chat. Just says, "This is war. Evil is everywhere."
What about that?
We use it to rebuild the Jedi Order.
The next generation of Jedi.
The Empire will be after him, just like they're after us.
The lives of every child on that list will be forever changed.
Not by us.
I love that Cal listens to Merrin. She says she's like on the ship for 2 minutes and says the smartest thing. Still love it. Still love that game. Ah. Well, Ice has the next super chat. Here, I'll just while the credits play, we'll just let that go, and I'll keep talking to you all in the chat because that did not take as long as I thought it was going to. Geo, I did it again. But Ice has another super chat. Thank you so much. Regarding returning abilities in Survivor, I think Cal will have them from the start, but they won't be available to us until a prompt in the tutorial. Oh, sure, that makes sense. Well, actually, I think that some games will do this where, like, you have an ability, and they might not necessarily teach you how to use it yet, and you can use it if you know, but then, like, the tutorial will happen. I absolutely think there's going to be a tutorial at the start to be like, here's how you push, pull, etc. But I bet you'll be able to do that for a while. Even in playing this game, at the start of this stream, like when I started the game, there was a point where I was doing something to beat the scout troopers on the train, and it's not what it wanted me to do. I wasn't supposed to have learned that yet, but I just kept on doing it, and I was like, why won't it let me progress? And it's like, because it wanted me to learn how to block or something. So I'll be fine if it's like, oh, you can't push until you have to when they want to teach you to do it, but I wonder if they're going to do that or not. Hey, Matt Machinovitz, Aaron Contreras, narrative lead. I've met him and been able to interview him a couple times. He is super nice. He's returning for Survivor as well, so excited to see what Aaron has cooked up for us in Game 2. Scotty Heron, thank you for another super chat. Have we ever seen anyone else in canon do that protective force bubble power that Seer uses against Vader there at the end? Yes. Vader does something similar. It's funny that in this, it's showed as a very light side power. Vader does something similar in the Darth Vader comics from 2015. He goes to Geonosis and basically causes a cave-in. And while rocks are falling on him and Dr. Aphra, he puts up a bubble like that. So it has happened before. I'm sure there are other examples, but that's the one that jumps into my mind first. Ice, thank you for another super chat. Cal will comment about pushing or pulling something. We'll be shown how to do it, and then we'll have it from then on. Cal won't have to relearn the abilities, but technically we as the players, new and old, will. Yeah, I mean, that's a video game thing, and kind of like how Cal kills a bunch of animals in this game and will in Survivor as well, and I'm like, that's not a very Jedi thing to do, but I'll set that aside for video game fun. Like, you have to balance the lore, the universe, the philosophy with also, but is it a fun and entertaining video game? Bye, Eden. Thanks for hanging out. Lord Hosk has another super chat. Thank you, Lord Hosk. Just, are we keeping you from younglings? No, you're not keeping me from anything. I'm about to just go prep for our next stream. If you've been hanging out the past few weeks as I've done this at 8 o'clock Eastern, which is in 38 minutes, I will be over on the Certain Point of View YouTube channel, and we're going to be live streaming talking about The Last of Us Episode 6, which I believe was called Kin. So the stream is set up to automatically direct you over there when I end it, but that's the plan. I'll be talking The Last of Us in a little bit, and Molly put the link in the chat as well. Bye, Daniel. Got an early morning as the Bad Batch comes out at 8 a.m. here in the UK. I would prefer 8 over 3 a.m., but I look forward to... We're going to be over in London for one episode of The Mandalorian. So we're going to get to wake up and have an early morning Mandalorian experience. So that'll be fun, but have a good night, Daniel. Oh, Matthew Robert, which game will I stream next? Good question. Like, the whole point of this was to try to time it out so that I would be ending right before Survivor came out. And I think I still was a couple weeks off. I forget when the original date was going to be, like March 17th, I think. So 1, 2, yeah, I missed it by 2.5 weeks. Oops. But now we have 8.5 weeks until Survivor. So I don't know. I might take a bit of a break because we're going to be doing The Mandalorian. We're going to have The Mandalorian and The Bad Batch at the same time. That's going to be a lot. So I might just see how that all handles. So Star Wars Jedi Survivor might be the next Star Wars video game that I stream. We'll have to wait and see. Scotty Heron wants Jedi Power Battles. I grew up with that game. I love it. If you look on our YouTube channel, actually, I will find it for you. Because back before I was doing live streams, my friend and I played all the way through it. So I will give you that playlist. There you go. Jedi Power Battles. There's our playthrough. If you want to watch it. It was a fun / difficult and frustrating time. Darth Nicholas, thank you again for an insanely generous super chat. Thank you so much. The Purge Trooper in the combat gameplay for Survivor wears the same airborne clone armor from Fallen Order. Despite also being set in 9BBY like Kenobi, this must be right before their armor change, and maybe all the skilled Purge Troopers will be killed by Cal. I did notice that. I think we only got to see one Purge Trooper in that gameplay, though. I'm still hopeful that we get to see the updated armor from Obi-Wan Kenobi, just to see the Purge Troopers evolving as well. And, you know, Obi-Wan Kenobi had so much that tied into Fallen Order, and Survivor might as well, so I was hopeful that they were going to try to match some stuff, but maybe I forget which Purge Trooper it was we saw in that gameplay. I think he was like the Electro Staff. Maybe they have the airborne helmet, and then the rifle-wielding Purge Troopers have the new helmet. I don't know. I do hope that we get to see the new armor, though. And yeah, it's reserved for the skilled troopers. Jedi Academy would be a fun one. Dark Forces 2 is a game that I've wanted to go back to. And I also owe patrons a playthrough of KOTOR 2. I need to do a playthrough of that and a lore play, because I haven't done one of those in forever. But it's actually looking like the word on the street, and we'll figure out in April at Star Wars Celebration, probably when Ahsoka is going to come out. But yeah, it sounds like Ahsoka's not coming out until the fall. So we might have a little bit of a live action break where, yeah, I'm definitely going to cover a lot of Fallen Order in late April, throughout May probably, maybe into June, we'll see. But there might be some time for some extra gaming content there. Char P, I have never played any of the Star Wars MMOs. That is a big blind spot that I have, where I know quite a bit of lore from SWTOR, and I've read several of the books that surround it, but I've never actually played it. It just came out when I was in the middle of college, and just didn't... I probably could have made the time to do it, but then I would have done even worse in college than I already did, so I kind of missed it then and haven't taken the chance to dive into it now. And I didn't play Star Wars Galaxies before that because I don't think I had a computer that could run it growing up. Snifflebox, you miss my lore plays. Thank you. I miss making them. They were fun to make, so I need to get back on it. It was one of my patron goals to bring that back, and it wouldn't be released just for patrons. I would release it on the channel as well. So I need to just take the time to sit down, replay KOTOR 2, record it all. Oh, I did not mean to skip the credits, but I did. Oops. Michelle Cobb has the next super chat. Thank you, Michelle. In these credits, when they reference the story group, there's a job position of Keeper of the Holocron. What do you think that job is, and do I want it? Yeah, that's Leland Chi. Leland Chi is the Keeper of the Holocron. I actually know kind of what this job is. I think of all of the jobs at Lucasfilm, I could explain this one the most. The Holocron is this massive database that they have, just where they keep track of everything in Star Wars, or as much as they can. And if they need to know, like, hey, what does blue milk smell like? Then Leland Chi can go in and look and see, A, if anyone has ever defined that, and B, if it has been defined, then he'll be like, it smells like this. It smells like blueberries or whatever. Then that's basically his job, is to manage and keep up with that database. So would I want that job? I mean, that is probably the only thing I would be qualified to do. Like, I think a lot of people think that the story group is just kind of really good at Star Wars trivia and knowing stuff, and that's part of it. They do know a lot of things, but they also are good storytellers, and so that I don't have nearly as much experience in that realm. But Keeper of the Holocron, if Leland Chi is ever looking for a Padawan, I would apply. But it is 7:30. Just a reminder, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up because I just need to take a quick break before we start our next stream in half an hour. So I'm gonna do that. Refresh my water, refresh myself in the refresher. We're gonna be back at 8 Eastern and half an hour over on the From a Certain Point of View channel. Again, this stream is going to automatically direct you there. If you want to hang out and talk about The Last of Us, we would love to have you. If not, thank you so much for being here, and thank you to everyone who sent in super chats, very, very generous super chats. That makes doing these streams just... we couldn't do all of these streams without you. I mean, we started doing more and more live streams back when COVID happened. Molly really wanted to do more of them, and we've been blown away by the response. So just thank you to everyone who shows up, talks in the chat, likes the video, and sends in super chats and supports the channel. It's so great of all of you. So thank you. And as I've been talking, 2 more came in. So thank you, Bakey. Just said Blue Milk Explained. Yeah, I could do a whole channel just on that. And Darth Nicholas has 1 more. Thank you, Nicholas, for all of your support. Do you think Sev is still on Kashyyyk and Kenobi? How about a buddy story where Sev and the Ninth Sister butt heads with one another and learn to cooperate in the harsh, swampy Kashyyyk environment? I hope Sev got off Kashyyyk at some point, unless he wanted to stay there. He might have wanted to stay on Kashyyyk. He could be kind of like Wrecker when he takes Gunji home and he's like, I could stay on Kashyyyk forever, and he just fits right in. Maybe Sev does something like that. But I guess I kind of hope that Sev got off of the planet, maybe reunited with the rest of Delta Squad, get back with his family. Oh, and you meant to say that, is Sev still there at the time of Fallen Order? 5 years? I mean, still my answer stands. I hope he tried to reunite with the rest of Delta Squad, but if he's there just hanging out with Wookiees, I hope he's living his best life and having a great time. So then... Yeah, and then the Ninth Sister is also stranded there. Okay, I see what you're getting at. Just all these Imperials. There's like a village full of Imperials that just got stranded on Kashyyyk and are stuck there, and no one is coming to pick them up. I gotcha. Well, I'm going to wrap that up now. Thank you again to everyone in the chat. Come join us over at From a Certain Point of View in 27 minutes. And join us again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern to talk about the Clone Zone, or talk about the Bad Batch in the Clone Zone. We will be having Podcasts of the Wills and Around the Galaxy on to discuss the episode with us. And this is our last week with no new Mandalorian, so buckle up, because March is going to be crazy. But that's it from me for now. So thank you all for hanging out and watching.